What's up, everybody? Emory the Czar of the Playbook back with you once again for week number 6 Ivy League football preview here on ESPN Plus. Now, last weekend, the Ancient Eight went 2-2 in out-of-conference play, but we're done with out-of-conference football as this weekend we kick off Ivy League conference play on the gridiron, which is fantastic because you have a lot of great matchups. We'll get to that in a second. But my one big takeaway from week number 5 was Brown wide receiver / tight end Mark Mahoney, who caught 8 passes for 146 yards and a touchdown. And it was his 50-yard touchdown reception in the fourth quarter to push the game into overtime, in which Brown was able to get the victory 28-27 last weekend. Just a fantastic game against Princeton. So you have to tip your hat to Mahoney and what he was able to do last weekend on the gridiron. And like I said, this week starts Ivy League play as we take a look at where we are right now in the Ivy League standings. And as you can see, Harvard is a perfect 5-0, 2-0 in conference play. There's 6 teams right now that are 1-1 in Ivy play, with Columbia still looking for its first win of the season within the Ivy League. Now we spin it forward to this week's schedule. And again, it's a conference matchup all across the board, so some great battles here in the Ancient Eight. We'll look at a couple of these games. Brown at Cornell should be a fantastic game. Harvard and Princeton should be a dynamic one, a big one. And Columbia is looking for their first win against the Dartmouth Big Green. But the game I'm most interested in this weekend involves the Penn Quakers traveling up to the Yale Bowl to take on the Bulldogs. Penn comes in 4-1 on the year, 1-1 in league play, while the Yale Bulldogs are 3-2 overall. And this is a great matchup because we'll learn a lot about both teams. You look at Penn and how they got to this point. Their last 3 games, 2 overtime games, they split those games, and they got a late comeback win against the Columbia Lions. Now, the Yale Bulldogs have won 3 straight games, and their offense is on fire. So this should be a fantastic matchup up in New Haven. I can't wait to check it out, as you should. On all of the games this weekend are located on ESPN Plus, so be sure to check those out and keep it locked here, because we'll see you again next weekend in week number 7. I'm Emory the Czar of the Playbook, and this has been your week 6 Ivy League football preview.